We're back. Sorry we didn't do a cast on Friday. I was just doing some research on some things and kind of exploring, and that we're back at it. And today's going to be, this week is going to be a short week. I'm only going to be able to cast just today. I'm going to a conference for the rest of the week, so I won't have good internet to do some casting. Actually, I won't even have my home laptop with me. So we'll get back at it next week. We're going to get some things flying and rolling here. So let's get started. So what I want to do is I want to be able to set up this footprint to be more, I guess more closer to the actual display. And so what we can do is we can set this rectangle to 0, that, and then what I want to do is I think we have our display node. I think when we cast the display, footprint, I'll just say like I guess we could do this new rectangle. It's going to be this display dot x, this display, dot y, this display dot. Actually, we shouldn't need this display at this point. In fact, we just need this. Width, value, height. And then what we need to do, we actually need to have this subtracted, and this one needs to be set down like that, I believe. So let's trace it. And so we're going to run it. Yes. Okay, the game server is running. Our code is building. Our code is compiled for C++. Now it's actually compiling the binary. And so hopefully, so what we need to do is we need to find when the display is set. I believe that is in the static unit factory. Here we are. So we get the mapping in the animation pose mapping, and that's that type def. Interactive game object is what we're working with. Base game object is this guy. So there's that. So he came up as 153 negative 312, which I think is not fully correct. In fact, I know for sure it's not correct. But what we need, I think maybe it's under the world, game world 2D. So let me actually create the display. Object to display map. And it's going to be world entity. So it's the entity factory. Type resolved entity factory. And that's where it gets the world entity. So we map them and we create the instance. And then unit type entity factory. create unit display by unit type ID. Unit factory. Static unit factory. Animated pose display. I think this is the sprite. And I think, yeah, what we need to do. So now we've got our animated posed display. We need to set the width and height right in here. Okay, so we have our mapping, create frames. See here, we've got our bitmap. I think at this point we can do width is equal to bitmap width, and the height equal to bitmap height. Okay, and the reason I knew this one was wrong is because the x and y's are relevant. We actually need to do value width, value height. Interactive game object. Yep. And so that'll build. So what we're going to do is we're going to need to be able to select our unit. So we'll call it game object selection. See if we can get a image of a selection type thing. Might well just do green ellipse. Still nothing there. Eclipse. Ellipse. Looks like we might just have to make one ourselves. Okay, so looks like so that looks more realistic. 43 and negative 79. So I think we need this to be negative 0.5. We need to kill that. So now, darn, we can kill that. What we need to do is we need to go to our, should close all this up, close all, and we need to go to our input tools, default battle pointing tool, and the same thing as we had before for our kind of goof off session. We're going to say inject game world, and I'm just kind of playing around with this. We're going to test this stuff, so don't get all excited here. Game world, get item at new world. Actually, what we'll need is we'll need var point equals new point e screen x e screen y, and we're going to need to get world point equals game world get so screen to world point, and now we've got our world point, and this will give us our entity, world entity, yep, world entity. And what we're going to do now is it puts us into our current selected entity. Current selected entity. Here current selected. I wonder if this will work. We can do this. No. Nope. That's a bummer. Okay. The current selected entity. And I'm going to drop this down, or bring it up probably. Here. Okay. Now, when we right click, we're going to say if current selected entity is not equal to null, we're going to need to do something with that. So, I think we're going to do the unit interaction manager. Nope. What is the, I think we have a single hero interaction. Yeah, so we're going to do hero interaction. Say function move unit to, and it'll be the target unit name object, target location world point. Okay, so that's roughed in there. And now we're going to do this. So we're going to do if hero.busy return, so it actually sends stuff. And now we're going to say, I think we have a cast spell. We have a unit move to already. So unit move to. Unit ID is going to be target unit ID. Is that a string? That is a string. Standard parse int. And we're going to say unit move to position X is equal to target location dot X Z. And that should do it. Stream handler send unit move to. So let's run this, and default battle pointing tool is upset. So line 17, doesn't have a type, just a warning. So it'll be a world entity 46. So that one will work. Single hero interaction. standard int standard int. All right, any closer? Yep. So now I think I'm missing this here, so we gotta kill the build. I'm gonna say I'm gonna need our hero interaction, move unit to parent selected entity, and is this the world point that we decided to pass over to world point? So we're going to need the new point, then this world point, and there we go. This may not build, we might have to do a cast. Right. So here we're just going to cast this as a game object. And that should change a few things. Yep, makes the build succeed. And one thing I really want to fix soon is when things get disconnected, it doesn't seem to destroy everything anymore. Client closed. So that's going to be head game server, and this is going to be the socket acceptor. Client close, get PID by socket, PID. I feel like this stuff isn't really working. So we have our guy running around, casting a spell. Okay, so we need some debugging. Okay, so trace world point. Let's do world point dot x, comma world point dot y. See what's going on there, and I'm going to trace the current selected game object footprint rectangle. And I think we're going to do another thing here, which is get item at, which we don't have any way to get to it. This is a game world 2D. And we're just going to trace the trace footprint rectangle entity location. Trace rect. Let's see what's going on here. Still looking at why this is not clearing out. It has something to do with the seed, it looks like. Game server, live game server, and we need the battle interaction. Game server models. Battle unit util. No, okay, keep looking at that. So let's go back here. Click there. We get a unhappy. Default battle pointing tool. Send. It seemed to have printed the. Oh, that's if current selected game object is not equal to null. But if we look at where I clicked, let's see here. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to need to do it by the bounds. Build, build, build. So if we click on the screen, 365 0. 0? Okay. There we go. So a little bit slightly clearer, printing out the wrong value. I think the seed API div print server action interactions which gets all players, all units. Yeah, so it's weird. Okay. So click on the screen. It's at 266, 323. Let's push this guy into the corner here. It's a bit easier to figure out what's going on. So it's saying he's at, where's my 0, 0? It's not printing 0, 0 in the world. Let's clear that out a little bit. So I'm clicking at, yeah, something is not correct. Negative 117. So let's see if we can do trace point. I don't know if we're doing a toString on point or not. Function to string turn. Ah, come on, editor. X, comma, Y. So, right, I think we're printing the point. Close this line. -7, -3. Whoa. The X is still moving. There it is. Ha, that's pretty funny. That was really throwing me off. So your client closed. We're just going to log IO inspect. We'll do log inspect PID. And then log dot player and log moving player. So here we click on the screen. Let's move them around. So like if we do up here, it should be 0, 0. Pretty darn close. Okay. So I'm going to put them in the corner. It should be at 0, 0 here. -41. Default pointing tool on pointer click. There we go. So yeah, I am selecting him. See that? He's selected. Okay, so I wonder if this will work. Yeah, okay, so that is kind of working. But what we need to do is we need to do this guy. If you select him and right click, he's moving somewhere. So probably because we didn't fix this. So got player and if player is not equal to nil, player is nil. Okay. So here we go. So we're going to create our unit. I'm going to select them, right click, you can send them off. So now we can move our units around. So that's pretty cool. And we'll create another one. We'll move him down here. In fact, what we could do is actually we can click this guy and send him like way over here. And so send him way over here as well. And we'll grab him and send him way over here as well. There he comes. Cast another one. So that's pretty slick. So now we can actually move our units around. Look at him go. We're actually going to cross paths. Move him over there. Move him over there. So that's cool. We got a bunch of pretty cool looking zombies. Am I not going to right click? Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, so that proved to be correct. We can move him way down there. Select him, move him way over here. And there we go, that's pretty cool. Is that not pretty cool or what? So, I'm going to move him right off the screen. And so, create another one. So now we got an actual like interaction going on with these units. Now what I want to do is set it up to where when we select the units, what I want to do is take out all this debugging. We didn't really need this debugging. Didn't even use it. So what I would like to do is when we select a game object, that we actually get, I think we have a world entity. I think we have a type. We do. We have a type string. I wonder if our game world, I think we have get all units. Get unit by ID, by display, remove set, remove item 2, add. We don't have all of them. Maybe the hero might? Hero. Single hero interaction, that's the hero. My laptop's heating up. The question is, here's just a game object. I wonder if there's anything in the service. There's static spell service, connected, mutable player though. So with the mutable player, I kind of like the idea of having the units associated with the hero. Let's look around here with our input, or our handler, input, player connected. So this is where we actually connect the player. On the actions actually, player connected. So this is when we connect the player, we create the player ID, and then unit casted spell. We don't actually know that they need to be assigned. Interaction manager, spell casted. Here, sent that. So I wonder if we can do this. We do inject hero interaction, single hero interaction, and we're going to do public. Let's put this in the interface first. I'm going to do function assign a unit. Target unit, again, object, void. There we go. Got just a few minutes to demo this, so let's do it. So we assign the unit. So we actually have our hero. We need our player. Inject player service. Actually, you know what we could do, just for the time being. I'm going to say private var unit map. I'm going to say map. This is going to be a string, and this is going to be an array list of game object. And what we're going to do is we're going to init this, init map, init map equals new unit map string list game object. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do, that. It's simpler to do just the list. It'll be a map in the end, but right now I just want to do the list because I just want to demo, make sure this is how we want to do things. So we assign the unit, and we're going to do unit map add target unit list. Okay, so now when unit casted spell, we're making a bunch of assumptions here that when we cast a spell, it's always a create unit, but that's going to be different. Spell casted unit interaction manager. So this is in the spell casted. Spell casted, where are you? Let's try casting spell casted. We're going to do the hero interaction, assign a unit, game object. So now we have the game object there. And where's our hero? Spell casted. Hero static single hero interaction. So now what we want to do is when we tell it to move, we're going to find where we are in relationship to this guy. And so what we need to do is I'm going to do that one, but then we're going to actually grab for unit in unit list, and we're going to do this thing, just like this. But now I'm going to say the unit is going to be unit ID, and this is going to be unit.x plus that, unit plus y plus that. I'm sorry, that's with z. And try to make sure it's x and z. Yep. Okay. So hopefully this will build. Nope. We got to std int standard int. Okay. Almost there. Line 43. This is the single hero interaction. Line 43. Go 43. List of game object. This is the problem. Yeah, list. So if everything goes correct, this could be a step in the direction of what we want to do with our units. And now this are running. So this is going to be sort of the goal overall. So these are going running around, cast a spell, and that crashes. So, spell casted. I'm betting that our injection mapping is, we have our hero interaction, and it's set after our I wouldn't think so, actually. There might be assign unit spell casted, and this is in the unit casted spell interaction manager. So it was a single hero action, and then the unit interaction manager. Doesn't appear that it should be that way. Battle unit interaction manager. Hero interaction. Doesn't get the player, which is weird. Get player by PID. Get PID by socket, so either this is broken. Let's see here. Spell casted. That is null. Where's our injection settings? Hero interaction is mapped value. Unit interaction manager. Hero interaction is not. Probably because hero interaction. Okay, so notify closed. We pass it the socket. Something else. So I want to be able to get PID by socket. A new PID. Associate PID with socket. There we go. So now we need to go to here. I think it's the unit interaction manager, and now we can put that back in. Really want to know why this socket PID, create a new PID, associate PID with socket. And then when I create the player, I guess it's going to be a different PID. Yeah, let's debug that. That's not trivial. So now, hopefully our last test here. So we've got him, we select him, and oh, that's kind of funny. We need to make sure that we don't move ourselves. Mirror interaction. So if target unit is not equal to hero, then we add it. All right. Should be, I think this will be our last run. So I'm going to select me. Yeah, see, it's moving me around. But let's see what happens here. Select this guy. There we go. Now, if we do, oh, that's sad. Didn't quite work. All right, something borked. So, what's going on here? So trace unit list dot length. Because it should be moving all of them, and not just one of them. Oh, no, is that right? Yeah. So we're just going to create a couple of guys here. A couple of zombies. Okay, and now if I select one of them, ah, darn. Oh, there's 0. That's weird. There's 0? Unit casted spell. Assign unit. I think the problem is this. Let's go back to I think this goes to, yeah, that's just talking to the hero. And we need to go to the handler unit casted spell action. And this is when we create, get the game object by ID, cast spell, unit cast a spell, cast complete. Get spell ID, the game object is equal to null, spell casted, game object not found. Okay, so unit created. And we're going to what's hero created? So yeah, add game object. Inject hero interaction. Hero interaction. Yes. And then hero interaction, assign unit. Okay. This should do it. I always do that though. But that's just how things are sometimes. And this is why I like writing tests, because this iteration is much slower. But sometimes it's nice to just sort of explore it and see how things are happening. So it should be 1, okay, and then two. Just create a bunch of units here. And this is going to be how our game's going to work. So we're going to actually select one of these guys, and they'll all move. Hey, why aren't you moving with them? So it seems to be a little bit buggy still, but that's the idea. They're all not moving together, which is a little bizarre. They all seem to have their own agenda. I guess, I mean, what are you going to expect from zombies, right? Not much. They're just zombies. But that's the idea. So let's just do one more just for the fun of it. I'm going to cast a zombie. Cast a zombie. Probably should set the zombie cast down. So we select a zombie, and they'll all kind of move together. But the problem is, they all seem to ignore each other. Come back. Get over here. Yeah, he seems to have his own agenda going on. So that's that. We'll go and start debugging things when they kind of happen. So I'm not going to do any committing. There was just a lot of just kind of playing around there, seeing that's how we want to do things. That's it for today. I'll see you guys after Labor Day weekend. Happy coding. See you guys then. See ya.